Hello and welcome to CNBC TV 18 and Intel present Boost Your Business Season 2. Now in the series so far, we've looked at the stories of 6 SMEs that have received precious advice from tech mentors that would help them boost their business. Today, my colleague Mridhu Bhandari will be in conversation with 2 more small business owners on the show as they come face to face with our experts. So Mridhu, what do you have for us today?
I'm joined by 2 eminent industry leaders in the studio today. We have business leader and entrepreneur Sanjay Kapoor joining us, and we are also joined by Vikram Bedi, who's the Senior Director of Personal Systems at HPI India. Okay, so let's see where the first company is coming from. And the first enterprise today comes from Sona in Haryana. That's near Gurugram in the National Capital Region. Let's also take a look at the vital statistics of this company. And here we have the details for you. The company is called SRS Die Casting. It's in the metal space, located, like I said, at Sona in Haryana, employs about 78 people, 26 of which are using computers. Let's go across to Sona and find out a little more about the company.
80 के दशक में युवा सुप्रीत जैन ने IIT BHU वाराणसी से इंजीनियरिंग की डिग्री हासिल की और सेल्स इंजीनियर के रूप में अपनी कॉर्पोरेट जर्नी शुरू की। यूके में ऑन द जॉब प्रशिक्षण के दौरान उन्होंने प्रेशर डाई कास्टिंग के बारे में सीखा, एक ऐसी प्रक्रिया जिसने उन पर ऐसी छाप छोड़ी कि उन्होंने अपने डाई कास्टिंग की कंपनी शुरू कर दी। 1984 में केवल एक ही वर्ष में वह एक सेल्स इंजीनियर से अपनी कंपनी के मालिक बन गए, जो आज SRS डाई कास्टिंग के रूप में जाना जाता है। अब 3 दशक से अधिक के अनुभव के साथ SRS डाई कास्टिंग विश्व स्तर के एल्युमिनियम डाई कास्ट पार्ट्स का उत्पादन करता है। अपने व्यवसाय को और बढ़ाने के लिए अब SRS डाई कास्टिंग नई तकनीकों का इस्तेमाल करना चाहती है।
And now I'd like to welcome the founder and managing director of the company, Supreet Jain. Supreet, welcome to the show. It's a pleasure to have you. Please take a seat. So Supreet, we've taken a glimpse into your journey. You started off as a sales engineer and turned entrepreneur. You're a first generation entrepreneur. So let's get to know you and your business a little bit better in our first round that we call Booting Up. So you have over 30 years of experience in the die casting industry. Technology has evolved significantly over the last 30 years. So first up, tell us how it has impacted your business, and today what are your core product offerings? What is the USP that you operate with?
We are in the B2B marketplace. We manufacture aluminum components for a variety of industries, primarily for the automotive industry, but we also cater to the telecom, the white goods, and recently to the LED street lights.
And what is the sort of goal setting that you've done for SRS die casting, say for the next 2 years, 5 years, and 10 years?
In terms of goals, our immediate goal is to double our business using the existing workforce. Rather than downsizing, we would rather adopt technology to increase our business, and by going in for automation where required.
Okay, and what is the number goal, the financial goal that you're setting for yourself, say in the next 5 years or so?
Like I said, we want to double it in the next 3 years. So we are at 50 crores right now. Our idea is to go 60, 75, and then 100.
With that, let's move into our second round that we call What's Inside. What's inside your company in terms of technology? That's what we'd like to understand. We saw earlier that you have about 78 employees and 26 computers. And I'd like to throw up an industry average for you at this point. Globally, about 75% of employees use company-owned computers. In India, that average is a bit better at 77%. And in your company, about 33% employees use your company's computers. What are these computers being used for currently? And do you feel the need for further computerization at all?
About 5 of these are workstations, which are used for CAD and CAM, computer-aided design and computer-aided manufacturing. Others are used primarily for accounts, and a few, of course, are for communication and other needs.
And if I may ask you, how old are these computers?
We generally end up buying about 3 to 4 computers every year.
Okay.
So I would say the oldest would be about 7 years,
Okay, so let's see how the age of a PC can actually affect an employee's productivity. Here's an interesting insight for you. There's a 4% productivity loss if a computer is 1 to 2 years old. That increases to about 9% loss if a PC is between 3 to 4 years old, 15% productivity loss at 4 to 5 years. And if your computers are over 5 years old, you're causing a productivity loss of about 38%. So maybe that's a number to chew on and some food for thought as we progress into the next round that we called Pro or Light. And in this round, our experts here will try and gauge if you're a pro or a light version when it comes to tech adoption in different areas of your business. So you laid out your short and your medium and long-term goals earlier on. How are you using technology to reach these goals?
For us, it starts with the design. We are using solid modeling. And for our design, we also use a lot of simulation, where we are actually able to see how our mold or the will behave even before we have manufactured it. Going forward, additive manufacturing is something which we are very sure will come into our industry, not so much for the end products, but for the molds.
Okay, so let me open it up to questions from the experts now. Sanjay, you have a question for Supreet?
My question to you is that you have basically looked at design as a key area where you deploy technology. Have you looked at the non-key areas in the business and how you operate on those non-core areas, or you've only concentrated on the design?
Being an engineering organization, our focus has always been on the design. We are using technologies, but I think the mistake we are making, or the current situation, is that we use it in silos. We have and-ons boards for monitoring the production of machines. That's again a separate silo. Then we use worksheets for production planning and control. We use financial accounting packages. We get our schedules from our customers using their portals.
And all of this is not integrated
It's
yet.
not integrated. That's one challenge which we are facing.
Vikram?
As you see yourself as a company in the non-global scale, similar companies within India and outside, what are some of the technology gaps you see which you might have versus some of the other companies that they might have? Have you looked into that? Because that might become an issue as you go forward in your journey.
On the core business front, our core manufacturing, which is die casting, I think we are more or less on par with what's happening in the world. Where we falter is in the secondary operations. We do a lot of manual work, or I would even say rework,
Right.
in India, vis-a-vis, I would say, even smaller countries like Taiwan.
All right, so gentlemen, we've heard from Supreet, and now it's on to you to hardwire SRS die casting for growth. So let's move into our next round on the show that we call Hardwired for Growth. Sanjay, in over 30 years, what is the big tech opportunity that you think he might have missed out on in the last decade or so?
We are in a world of digital transformation where winner can't take it all. And collaboration is a key trait that you need to carry to build a larger ecosystem around you if you need to be successful in what you do. The second thing that's important to me is you need to carry a global mindset when it comes to any technological or other disruptions in your business. And your next competitor, your next collaborator, your next disruption could come from any part of the world, no matter what your size is. And if you're not thinking global, if you're not evaluating global, you always run that risk in what you do. If you really want to move towards technology, you need to see and concentrate on the core of what you do. And all the non-core areas, you need to give it to people who can do it better than you, whether technologically or otherwise.
Okay, so outsource non-core areas is what Sanjay says. Vikram?
So I think to me the big one is, I think quite often we look at technology in isolation as a purchase or as a outside factor. I think almost all the disruption that has come up in the world recently has come through tech. Almost all of them are tech disruptions, and I think so. As much as we end up having a people strategy, as much as we end up having a genuine financial strategy, financial goals, I think it's critical we treat technology as core as any of those areas. Have a very clearly defined technology strategy and somebody in your team to implement it and run it. Because to me, technology will underlay everything we do. And if it's not impacting each and every workflow and each and every process in our cycle, then I think we're not utilizing it enough. And that quite often is the area where we as a country are not leading enough. And I think we need to change that. and really get technology to our advantage as opposed to keeping it as a silo decision. So that's the key thing I would suggest.
So with that expert advice, let's move to the last round that we call refresh. So given all that you've heard from the experts here today, how would you like to press the refresh button on technology at SRS Die Casting?
I think Sanjay's point on outsourcing the non-core activities, that has struck a chord with me.
Right.
That is something we would look at. And how we can use technology for betterment, that's something we will have to do not just now, but that's a continual process.
Great. So we wish you all the very best for the future, Supreet. Thank you so much for joining us on Boost Your Business Season 2.
I think this platform was a good opportunity for small businesses like ours to meet some good mentors who can throw who can view our business in a different light from what we are used to seeing on a daily basis. So that was a good learning for us.
So Supreet Jain walks away with not just some sound expert advice for his enterprise, but also an HP ProBook 440 G6 laptop that will help him boost his business. Time for a very quick break right now, but another SME entrepreneur coming up on the other side. Stay with us on CNBC TV 18 and Intel present Boost Your Business Season 2. Welcome back to CNBC TV 18 and Intel present Boost Your Business Season 2. On the show, we help SMEs embrace technology for a better tomorrow. So let's take a look and find out where this one is coming from. And there we have the map. This one comes from Indore in Madhya Pradesh. And let's take a look at some vital statistics of this company. It's called Sai Machine Tools. As the name suggests, it's into manufacturing machine tools, located at Indore in MP. Employs about 70 people, 10 of whom are currently using computers. Let's go right across to Indore and find out more about the company.
अशोक कुमार जायसवाल ने मध्य प्रदेश के इंदौर शहर से अपनी एंटरप्रेन्योरियल जर्नी की शुरुआत की। 1980 के दशक में उन्होंने अपना पहला उद्यम साई मशीन टूल्स की स्थापना की। भरपूर धैर्य और दृढ़ संकल्प के साथ अशोक ने मशीन निर्माण की दुनिया में कदम रखा और कुछ ही वर्षों में अपनी अथक मेहनत से कंपनी को नई ऊंचाइयों पर ले गए। आज साई मशीन टूल्स को उनके मार्गदर्शन में परिवार की दूसरी पीढ़ी द्वारा प्रबंधित किया जा रहा है और कंपनी एक अग्रणी प्लास्टिक प्रसंस्करण मशीन निर्माता बन चुकी है। लगभग 50 करोड़ के सालाना कारोबार के साथ नई पीढ़ी कंपनी के सपनों को साकार करने के लिए प्रौद्योगिकी पर भरोसा कर रही है।
And now I'd like to welcome Ajay Jaiswal, second generation entrepreneur and one of the directors at Sai Machine Tools. Ajay, come on up. Welcome to Boost Your Business.
Thank you.
Please take a seat. Ajay, so you're a second generation entrepreneur. Your father started the business in the 1980s. Let's get to know you a little bit better in our first round that we call Booting Up. As a second generation entrepreneur, what have you changed in terms of product or processes at the company?
When my father started this business, it was completely analog based system. But now when I entered in the business, I started making machines which are PLC driven. So you can say now these machines are more energy efficient, cost efficient, and you get all kind of data online, whatever the process is going on for these machines.
Okay. And what are the goals that you've set for your company in the next 2 years, 5 years, and 10 years?
When I joined this company, our turnover was 10 crores per annum. Recently, we reached up to 60 crores per annum.
Great.
By 2020, my target is to cross 100 crore turnover.
Okay, so that sets out the vision for your company. Let's move to our next round that we call What's Inside. And in this round, we're trying to understand what's inside your company in terms of technology. So we saw earlier that you have about 70 employees, but only 10 computers in use. Let's first compare that with some industry averages. Globally, about 75% of employees use company-owned PCs. In India, that average is better at 77%. You're at 14%. So can you tell us why this percentage is so low, and what are you using these 10 computers for currently?
Most of computers are used for the designing and development.
Right.
But recently, we are going to implement a complete ERP system for all our business activities. So most probably by this year, we are going to add more computers for this post-processes,
Right.
simulation, and making more automated machineries. In future, we are going to add more systems.
Right. And can I also ask you how old these 10 computers are?
About 1.5 year to 4 year old.
Okay, so let's take a look at another interesting industry insight, and hours spent booting up versus PC age. So as a computer grows older, you're spending more and more hours starting up the system. Over 9 hours lost on computers that are 4 to 5 years old. And if a computer is more than 5 years old, an employee is losing more than 11 hours every year on just booting up. Now, these numbers may seem very small at a single computer level, but at an enterprise level over a long period of time, they add up to significant losses. With that, let's move into our next round that we call Pro or Light. And here our experts will try and gauge whether you're a pro or a light version when it comes to tech adoption. So you laid out your strategy, your goals for us earlier. Can you tell us what is your technology strategy to really achieve these goals?
We are just implemented a complete ERP system for all our business activities. So it helped us a lot to identify the core area. And now I can focus on my core business, that is the designing of my machineries, making more energy efficient machineries, because this is a need of this time. Now my second stage is to give online access to all my customers for giving after sale services, online support to them.
Okay.
I'm working on that.
Okay. Okay, so open for questions now. What would you like to ask, Ajay?
My question is a straightforward one. With your vision of moving your machinery to be connected, to be able to give more information, to manage the experience of your customers, are you concentrating on analytics at all? Have you invested anything on analytics?
Yeah, it is in the pipeline. It is on a very basic level, but we need more data to analyze it.
But you acknowledge the importance of analytics in your business going forward?
Exactly. It helps us a lot.
Vikram?
Do you have a plan right now, or do you envisage, or do you already have machines that are connected in terms of sensors, so you can see where they are exactly, how they're producing, what the efficiency is? Or is the data more ERP level, or do you have sensor level information from the machines?
At present, it is on sensor level only. And what we understand it, that our technology is a little bit slow for getting access, online access for the system. I have to get a solution to improve that speed.
With those thoughts, let's move into our next round that we call Hardwired for Growth. And gentlemen, it's up to you to hardwire Ajay Jaiswal and his company Sai Machine Tools for growth.
Look, you are in an area where there's a lot of competition, and one of the ways to circumvent the competition, even in commoditized markets today, is actually knowing more about your customers and about your products, and that comes through analytics. My sincere advice to you is that look at analytics very seriously for opening up new markets and for driving the customer experience. The benefit of analytics to you will be that you will be able to personalize the services compared to your nearest competitors.
Vikram, what about you?
So I think what I liked the most was the fact that you have a global vision to expand into markets. And I do believe the biggest benefit that technology gives us now is that we are all global players. We can all play in pretty much any part of the world, and very, very easily. The entry barriers have never been so low as they are now. My suggestion would be have a very deliberate technology strategy. Instead of having somebody else just come in and do it for you, the way you are very clear about what kind of a machine do you need, what kind of an equipment do you need, I think technology will become one of a core part of those machines. So have a very deliberate, and I think as much as possible, look into what your peers, your other people are doing. How are your machines evolving with the use of these technologies you would like?
All right, with that advice, let's move to our next round that we call Refresh. And how would you like to press the refresh button on technology and your ideas after listening to both of these experts?
I got this expert advice in my mind. The first thing, I get a solution that I'm always afraid about to maintain a server in my premises. But as you advise, it's better to outsource. It's good for us. Thank you.
All right. We wish you all the very best, Ajay. Thank you so much for joining us on Boost Your Business.
Thank you. It's really great opportunity to be here, and I'm thankful to experts. I always afraid about to maintaining a physical server in my premises, but they advise me to exercise all the dimension of digitalization. And now I thought I have great idea to go with the cloud server.
So that was Ajay Jaiswal of Sai Machine Tools from Indore, who got some expert advice for his enterprise and also an HP ProBook 440 G6 laptop that will help him boost his business. With that, it's goodbye from the studios and back to you, Shireen.
Well, thanks very much, Mridhu. Well, SMEs are increasingly looking at adopting technology and rethinking their business strategy in light of an evolving competitive global landscape. So as we draw to a close on CNBC TV 18 and Intel present Boost Your Business Season 2 next week, tune in for a special masterclass that we're calling the Boost Your Business Town Hall, where I will be in conversation with leading SMEs from India and, of course, stalwarts from the world of technology. Do tune in and see how you as a small business owner can reboot your enterprise with refreshed technology. Till then, from all of us here, goodbye and many thanks for watching.